Fat Bass Podcast.
Fat Bass Podcast.
We got
End of July.
end of July. It looks like Braden Wilson's probably going to take it first, second, third, fourth, whatever.
Fifth, sixth, yeah.
He's going crazy. He texted me the other day and he's like, "Hey, did you get that 3-pounder? I really need the points." Because I think he didn't do like March, April, or May, and he's really trying to go after that Angler of the Year. So he's on his way.
Hey, I think he was somewhere today on a guide trip or in Arkansas.
Oh,
another 7-pounder.
Yeah, he's a crazy dude. He's just
swimming with the fish. That's what you
crazy,
get,
man. Yeah, he's out on the water all the time. So I think I probably helps.
Considering you only got we got 2 days left.
Yeah,
3 days left.
Yeah, but you got those night tournaments, man.
Yeah. Well, Friday's August 1st, so
yeah, got to be.
Unless there's there are Wednesday nighters.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about Thursday though.
Yeah,
so
I don't know, but yeah. Anyways, we got wrapping up July, and August is right here, so it's kind of crazy.
Just another $500 out of our pocket.
Yeah, that's right. We're just going broke all the time. So.
One guy who is not broke.
That's right. Perfect segue into the one and only Dillon Statler. Dillon, how you doing?
Good. How about you guys?
Man, just living a freaking dream, man.
Yeah.
We were just talking about it. Just living a dream.
Living a dream, giving away $500 like Oprah. Here, you get a house, you get a car, you get $500.
We should give away houses.
I mean, might as well at this point.
I mean, that's pretty much $500.
Yeah, for $25.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Dillon, owner of Championship Fiberglass Repair. How's the business?
Right now it's pretty busy, really. I mean, we're kind of in that in between stage of everybody doesn't want to let their boats go unless they have to. But we're kind of also in that stage. I've got 2 boats here that the guys qualified for the EQs that I've got to get wrapped up by the middle of September so they can hit the road again. So,
are you working on a lot of like $150,000 wakeboard boats, or is it more of the bass boat?
You know, in the summertime, it's more bass boat stuff because everybody with those great big runabouts, unless they just totally trash them, don't really want to give them up. I mean, you've got a few people that live, Kansas City, St. Louis, stuff like that are down once or twice a month. And, if it's minor stuff, they'll bring it to you and have you do it while they're gone. But other than that, we pretty well hold off on all the big boats till fall.
Yeah.
And everybody's on the lake. I mean, have you gotten one that the whole ass end is completely ripped off? Like, I mean, you get extreme cases.
We get 2 or 3 a year that are just totally foobarred. We got one right now. The guy actually bought a new boat. He hit the wave break down there at State Park. And the insurance estimate by the time it was all said and done was just north of $30,000.
Like, what is that? What he hit? The motor come off? He ripped?
No, what happened was we're fishing caps for kids. He come in early. Apparently there's no lights on those break walls. And when he went to shut down, he just shut down on top of it. And in all honesty, it looks like a shark took a bite out of his boat.
Dang, that sucks.
So the process of that, you got I'm thinking you got a big hole in the side of your boat. How do you mold? Like, what do? You just layer 100 different fiberglass layers and then coat it and you're good to go? Or you got to stuff?
So that Ranger, for example, what our plan was till he ended up buying a new boat, we were going to cut the front deck out, cut where your carpet is, where you stand. We cut that out. It broke his rod tube, so we had to dig those out anyway. Dig all the foam out of the front deck of that Ranger, grind everything, fiberglass everything from the inside, because where it's at, there's too much force there to just fix it on the outside. It will re-break if you just fix that on the outside. So you go in and you fix everything from the inside, then you foam fill it all back up and re-glass the top deck, and then you go in and fix everything else from the outside. But you do probably 80 to 90% of your work on the inside on something like that.
That's insane. Yeah. That's just, that's a whole different ball game.
I mean, now you talking, it takes 3 weeks to do this, and that's the only boat you're focused on,
I think we were looking at month to a month and a half if everything went well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you work with the insurance companies, like you call them, and
Oh yeah.
or do I got to call them and go, hey man, got a hole in my boat, and
Yeah, I mean, pretty much how it works with the insurance companies is everybody but Progressive is you call them, you get a claim number, we write the estimate, and we'll email pictures and the estimate to them. Progressive actually sends somebody out. So how Progressive works is you call it in, they've got a field agent that'll come look at it. He'll write you a little estimate in your driveway and cut you a check for, I don't know, $1,000, $2,000, whatever. And when it gets here, he'll come here and we'll really dig into everything and go from there.
so should a person, get the claim with like Progressive, and then hold off on getting any kind of settlement from them, and go, well, let me get it to Championship Marine Repair, let them.
Well, I mean, that kind of depends on how bad it is. I've got one in here right now we're just finishing out that was basically a complete hull job. Guy ran it aground. And the initial estimate was like $2 or $3 is what he wrote him. Went and looked at it in his driveway, wrote him $2,000 or $3,000 estimate, and they pretty well explained to their customers, look, this is just a bullcrap estimate. When you take it to the shop, we'll sit down with them and we'll get everything fixed. So, I mean, that one ended up being, that one was around $13,000. I mean, but the hole was busted on that one. So, I mean, everything worked out to be pretty good.
After you fix it, hey, is there a warranty process that goes, okay, we can guarantee it for so long, or is it, how do you navigate that?
So our warranty on something like that is we guarantee it until you hit something.
Oh, shoot.
Like if you're running down the lake and it just breaks, we want it back because we want to know what happened.
Mhm.
You get it back today, you go stab a tree through it tomorrow, it's really not our problem.
Yeah. Okay. Common sense,
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So,
okay. So tell me a little bit of background on Championship Marine. Tell me a little bit,
so
how did it start? I know Tom, and now you're taking over all that kind of stuff. Like, tell
so
us
my,
about that a little bit.
my dad actually bought the business in August of 2009. He was tired of traveling. He was a sales rep for PPG. Got tired of being on the road 3 or 4 days a week. And he bought the place. I graduated high school in 2014. Started working for him a little bit in high school in the summers. Went to college for 2 years at Bethel University, and I came home one summer and I told him, I said, I don't really want to go back. I said, so I guess I'm just going to go to work for you, and we're just going to go ahead and roll with it. I mean, it just is there days that you get frustrated with this stuff? Yeah, but it's like that with every job. But on the other side of it, I couldn't sit at a desk and do paperwork all day long either. That would drive me absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Is Tom still involved with it? Is he
Yeah,
doing?
he still owns it. We're probably he'll be 58 in a month. He told me a couple of years ago when he hits 60, he's out.
Oh, okay.
So I've got a little over 2 years left out of him.
Mhm.
And in the
Good.
meantime, I'm trying to train new people and get everything where when he does retire, I can kind of step out of the shop a little bit and step into the office and do some stuff in here.
Is the learning curve? I'm going into it. Hey, man, it's a month long. You catch on to it pretty quick, or what's the learning curve on that?
I mean, it all depends on how well you pay attention and how well you learn. If you pay attention and you can learn things, you can pick it up pretty quick. I mean, we're a couple months. I can kind of leave you alone on some stuff and not be real concerned about you. Till we get into some major stuff. Major stuff's where the real training comes in, because at that point I can take people into there and go, here, look, this is what we're doing. I can get them started doing something, come back, check on them, and when they get done with that, I can point them in the right direction where to go next. But sometimes, depending on the people, sometimes it takes a little longer than others. It just, it's very dependent on the people.
Yeah. And you guys do more than just fiberglass repair. Like, hey, my carpet's bad in my boat. I need you guys to replace it. You can do things like that.
Yep, we do fiberglass, upholstery, joker, well, electronics. We pretty much do everything but engines and trailer work. I mean, I can put new bunks on your trailer, but I can't fix your brakes. The only engine work we do at all, if you hit something and I got to flip your boat over, I'll pull the engine off and I'll put it back on. Outside of that, I don't fix anything. We carpet quite a few of them a year. I just got done putting new vinyl on a pontoon boat and putting it back together. I mean, there's not a lot of things we'll say no to be totally honest with you.
What about like aluminum boats or anything like that?
Aluminum boats are a little bit different. I mean, we carpet quite a few of them. We've repainted a bunch of them, but as far as fixing them, I mean, it really depends on what happened. You get hit on the highway and there's a big dent inside, you can't get the dent back out. There's just no way. I mean, it's kind of like crushing a pop can. You'll never get it back to its original shape. And we've argued with insurance companies about that till we're blue in the face. It's like, look, this will never be 100% ever again, no matter what you do. And for some of those people, it's unfortunate, but I mean, if you can't fix it and in 6 months they start complaining, you pretty well own that boat till it's fixed and you'll never get it fixed right.
Mm.
So aluminum boats are a little iffy depending on what people want done. You scratch the paint, we can fix the fillet and repaint it. You want new carpet in it, new seats, stuff like that. That's not that big a deal. We've actually got one out here we're doing for Bass Pro in Branson that a guy backed into it in the parking lot and dented the front of it. We're fixing that and repainting that, and we had to put new carpet in it because the carpet faded, and it's never-ending process stuff, really. We don't have a lack of things to do. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Okay.
You putting a lot of sea deck in, or is it about 50-50 carpet to sea deck? Or
there is some guys that want to do sea deck. The only thing with sea deck is it's expensive. We talked a guy out of it the other day. He had an 07 or 08 Triton that they didn't make sea deck for originally because it's that old. We told the guy, look, I can price it. You're probably going to be in that $1,500 range to do the floor because they're going to have to scan it and build it and everything else. And he changed his mind. I mean, you come in, you bring me a Phoenix that you bought 3 years ago that has carpet in it, and you want sea deck, I can call Phoenix and get the sea deck. That's not that big a deal. We have yet to sea deck the top deck of one, but I'm sure that's coming.
have you fished out of one that's got sea deck? I was curious, standing on it all day compared to carpet. Now they've got the pads in.
Yeah, the
them.
padding.
It'd be tougher, like harder on your legs and stuff.
It's a little bit harder. I prefer carpet with pad underneath it, in all honesty. My dad's got a bay boat out here that we put like the off-brand sea deck in, same kind of stuff, made the same material. It's not bad to stand on, but eventually it does wear on you. It's not quite like the pad on most of your boats. It's not as squishy and forgiving as that stuff is.
Yeah, that's interesting. I've always thought I've never been on a boat with sea deck in it, but I don't know. There are some people that swear by it. There's some people that are just like, I can't believe I got rid of my carpet.
Well, I mean, the other problem with that is you sea deck your whole boat, you're looking between $4,000 and $5,000 to do it.
Wow. Compare it. What's carpet then?
For a bass boat, we run 3,100.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So
we've had people buy carpet from us and come back after they're done and go, yeah, you don't charge enough. I will never do that again. But I mean, we'll walk you through how to do it. If you decide you want to do it, we'll sell you the carpet. I mean, it's about half the people come back and go, yeah, you don't charge enough. And the other half go, yeah, that wasn't too bad.
What's the hardest part on the boat to repair?
To repair.
Yeah, so like the nose or the underneath. Is there a certain part that's like, man, that's difficult each time you do it?
I mean, I'd say the stuff that's got more contours is more kind of a pain in the ass. I mean, just because it takes a lot more to get it back to where it needs to be to reshape it. Hulls can be kind of a pain, just because most of them are cupped and you've got to get them right. Otherwise, they won't run right again. We've had that issue in the past. the more contours it has, the more pain in the butt it really is to fix.
So does that go to boat brand? Is there a certain boat brand that's like, yeah, that one's a little more difficult?
Um,
Or are they all about the same
well,
now?
not really. It just kind of depends on what we're doing to them, really. There's really not any that are more of a pain in the butt than others. Until you get into the aluminum boats. Pretty much all newer bass boats are pretty well made, fairly equal as far as repairing them.
So
you
I've
get
got-
into some of the older stuff, not quite so much, but
Yeah. All right. Got a good one for you here.
No boy.
It's going to be a good one. I want mine stretched. I
you
want
want yours stretched.
Yep. I want you cut in half,
Okay.
and I want about 5 more feet on it.
Everybody wants it a little bit longer.
Or just a little bit longer.
All right, where do you want the 5 feet at? We can do it. It's not practical, but we could do it.
Just right down the middle.
Right down the middle.
Sure. Well, maybe right before where the rod lockers
Everybody
meet.
wants a little bit more deck.
Yeah, a little more deck.
A longer deck.
So I want cut right where the deck starts, push it out 5 feet. See, what would I want in there? Probably want a recliner on one side, like
There
a
you go.
seat with a TV there. So if I get Keegan's
Mhm.
at him on live scope, that I can watch him and I can watch his live scope on that screen.
Mhm.
That's what I want. What do you
TV,
think?
big fridge, and a recliner.
Mini fridge and a recliner. There
Ooh,
you go.
mini fridge there too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
we
yeah.
talking? 30 grand? Probably do that.
If you're gonna do it, you might as well do it right, really.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. We had a 223 apart about 6 months ago. The guy spent 25 grand to put new stringers, new transom, and we took that boat apart completely.
Oh my gosh.
When I tell you we've done just about everything, we've done a lot. A few years ago, we had a wakeboard boat apart, and it was mostly broke apart anyway. He ran a runabout over, and it popped it apart, and we had to finish popping it apart to put it back together.
Good grief.
It just seems very sophisticated to get to that level of taking it apart.
You usually break a lot of stuff when you take those apart.
Well, good thing you can fix them.
That's not an issue. I can fix it, but it's it just a lot of it depends on what you're going to break when you pull them apart.
You're just taking a sawzall, just going right down the side of it.
For example, that Champion, I cut it back in the splash well by the transom. I went through and cut all of the rod locker walls, all the walls in the back in the battery box. It was tabbed underneath the live wells underneath there, and it was tabbed in a couple places up front. And as we pulled it apart, you could see where it was still tabbed. You'd set it back down, cut it, and move on. It probably took 4 or 5 hours to get everything cut in that boat to actually get it apart.
Good grief.
And that was a 98 Champion, so they didn't put plexus. They didn't plexus them together like they do these boats now. These boats now, you break a whole lot more stuff trying to take them apart.
Well, one of our employees, he what's the different kind of wood in the back? Like they make there's balsa wood, right? That's on the back where the transom is that holds it, like some older boats, and then they make what's the new material now that so balsa will like rot and stuff, because one of our employees took it apart. It just like peeled off because his bolts that went through his that hold his motor on to his boat, it started walling out, getting loose. Well, it rotted all that stuff. Well, I guess the new boats, you'll know the terminology. They have a certain different type of material that don't rot. And
so most of the new boats are coming with Blue Water 32 composite transoms. It's basically Coosa board is what it is.
Coosa board. Wow.
They're all pretty well made out of the same stuff. I haven't had a Ranger one apart in a long time, so I'm not entirely sure what's in a Ranger. But I know the rest of them are composite. I know at one point Ranger did a pultrusion, which is basically fiberglass, more or less, lack of a better term, sucked together, vacuumed together, and then stuck in. And that stuff's pretty strong till you hit something. But
well, that's where you come in. So,
and is there something they can check? Because like our employee, if he wouldn't have checked his bolts, and he said his motor would have fell off. Like it was that deteriorated inside.
Mm.
And do you know what year they quit making them out of balsa?
So like Champions, for example, they started putting balsa in 90. The transition was like 95, 96. They started transitioning to balsa wood. And then like mid 2003, they started transitioning to composite. So everything 2004 and later in Champions is all composite. Ranger hasn't put wood in a transom since the late 80s, like 88 or 89. Trying to think. Nitro was that early 2000s range. I know the Champion thing so well because we do 10 or 12 of them a year, just because we're in that part of the country.
Mm-hmm.
There's just so many of them around.
Yeah. Everybody loves the Champions around here.
Exactly. You can't go buy a new one, so everybody's willing to put some money into them to fix them.
Yeah.
Well, and that's what his was a Champion. It had the balsa wood in it. But yeah. I know he bought that Coosa board and like a 4x8 sheet of 4x8 sheet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It was very expensive, $800 or something. Don't quote me on. Dylan may know, but it's very expensive.
Wow. That's great.
we get ours a little cheaper, but we buy it from a supplier out of St. Louis.
Gotcha.
And they throw it in a pickup truck and ship it down here to us when we need
it. Yeah.
It's like light 4x8 sheet of 4x8 sheet plywood's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a 3/4 inch sheet of that Coosa board weighs probably about what a 1/2 inch sheet of plywood does.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's really
it's strong. And what we do with them, like Champion transoms, we cut. Obviously, you make a template, you cut the template. We do 2 3/4 sheets and a 1/2 inch sheet and put 3 layers of fiberglass in between all of them and then sandwich it and smash it together. That way, you can buy it in 1.5 inches, but it's not as sturdy as it is with the glass in it if we do it.
Well, what's a cure time? So you do that, you put all the fiberglass on, you got to leave it curing for 24 hours, 48?
You're a couple hours, 3 or 4 hours, depending on how hot it is. A day like today, you could get it kicked in an hour if you wanted to.
wow.
And once it's cured, it's cured. There's no cure time after that or anything like that. Once it's done, it's done.
You see any product coming up in the future? Like all these are going to be made out of house foam, that you spray, or something super light, or
there's not a lot of technological advances in our part of the industry, as much as there is the rest of the industry. There was some guys a few years back trying to push carbon fiber with some stuff, and it's not what everybody makes it out to be. Other than that, there's really nothing that I've heard of that's coming or that's been, oh man, this is the next best thing. You got to have this to fix boats, kind of do.
Well, switching gears into some actual fishing talk.
Yeah, some actually good stuff.
Yeah,
some fat bass talk.
Yeah, how much you been fishing this year?
Oh, not that much, really. It's been kind of sad. I finally fished my first Friday night the other night, and I usually fish 10 or 15 of them a year. It's just, I just haven't been much this year, and we've been so busy working here and trying to get some stuff done here and there. It has not been the top of my list of things to go do.
Yeah. Yeah, we got the kid and all that kind of stuff too. So
he'll be 3 in September. So
good grief,
we're coming up. He's ate up with it too. By God.
Oh, there you go. What do you have him on? Do you have him flipping bushes now, or
no? Not yet. We're still. We've taken him trout fishing once or twice, and just stuff like that. So if we're keeping him entertained, he enjoys it. He likes touching them, playing with them. We take him to weigh-ins, and he's up there holding them in the pictures with us, and he just enjoys it. And then he has to let them go. If you don't let him let them go, he throws a fit.
Nice.
And then he wants to play in the live well and go for boat rides, and just every day he walks by my boat, and he's, "Daddy, can I get in the boat?" It's like, yeah, sure, bud. Why not?
Yeah. What kind of boat are you running right now?
Um, that's kind of an interesting question. I've got a 2013 Z9 sitting in my house at the moment. I've got a 2017 920 XP Phoenix sitting in the shop that I've got that I'm trying to finish up, and then I'm gonna sell my nitro.
Gotcha.
We bought it off an insurance auction deal. A guy hit a riverboat over in the Tennessee River and stabbed a hole in it.
Oof.
So I mean, it was right price to be able to fix it and run it. I mean, I could fix it and sell it and make money on it, but I'd rather have that Phoenix over that one I've got. There's nothing wrong with that boat. It's just slow.
Yeah.
Yep, I've got a nitro and it's slow.
Yeah.
Don't understand even some guys that run it. So yeah, I don't know why yours is slow.
Yeah, I mean, it's just slow. I mean, with two people in it, I got to run a different prop with two people than I do with one. With two people, it runs like 58 or 59.
Wow.
What's it got on it?
A 250.
Oh my
Whoa,
gosh!
that is slow.
Yeah, it's just slow.
It's just because the heavy, but nitros are heavier on the back, or they?
You know, I almost wonder if that one just over the years, it's just got a bunch of water in it. It's just slow. As you know, they say everything is waterproof, but water's the most intrusive thing in the world. And if you leave your boat in the water, if you use it very often, water gets in and it doesn't get out. So I'm sure the foam in my hull is just absolutely full of water, and that doesn't help the problem any. And there's really no point in trying to fix it because you'd have to take the boat apart, and it's not worth the effort.
Mm.
I could make it run faster, but that's not, the 4 or 5 mile an hour I make gains not worth the effort to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you gotten on the urchin bait? Have you followed all this new trend of?
I've got some of them.
Oh,
And
really? Must be nice to be popular.
I made like 4 casts with it. We got it.
All forward in, yeah.
I got several of them right before Randy's top 100 at Stockton. And I played with it for a little bit, and I was like, you know what? The water's in the bushes. I'd rather just go do that. So I put that away and went back to doing what I'd rather do instead.
I mean, you're a big live scoper. Every
Oh,
time
yeah.
I videoed you, that's all you do is out there in 30 feet of water and
Oh, yeah, you got me.
flipping a little minnow. You even own a bait caster?
I mean, 1 or 2. Only for like a jerk bait or an A-rig, but other than that, no, everything else is spun rods.
Have you not got on the forward-facing sonar kick?
I'm not. In my mind, I would rather do it my way and go down swinging for, February, March, and April than I would go do that because I don't have the time to go practice 6 days a week like these kids do that are winning everything. So, I mean, I can go learn it, and I feel like as much as I've done it, I'm all right at it. But at the end of the day, I don't have the time to go practice with it. I don't have 5 days a week to go mess with it.
Does that deter you in any way of getting into any? If you had time, does that deter you in any way getting in like a BFL or Toyota? You have all the time in the world, and is that?
No, I mean, it doesn't. And in all honesty, my dad and I fished the Opens in 2017. I turned around and fished the Coasters in 18. I mean, they're expensive. It's a lot of money to go do. But I mean, right now, with the little boy, I'd rather just be at home with him, honestly, than traveling all over the country. At one point in my life, if you would call me and said I'd have paid your way to go fish the elites if you can qualify, I'd have jumped on it. If you called me tomorrow and told me that, I'm not so sure I would do it. Just, that's got some buddies that do it that, say it's not all it's cracked up to be, and I believe it. And I don't know. I don't have the drive to want to do it for a living like I used to.
Well, you feel hot topic, circuits can do locally. You got any ideas to get boat counts up? Do there need to be less circuits? Do they need to have a rule change? Any opinions on how to better the local getting anglers in the sport?
I think This is going to sound really bad, but the BFLs the last couple of years have been going downhill because of their stupid forward-facing rule. Same with the Toyotas. I think you're going to see a significant jump this next year in those, for example, because they're getting rid of the co-anglers and the Toyotas, and they're turning the BFLs into team tournaments. This first year is going to tell you a lot based on payouts. Will it go back to drawing 230, 240 boats like it used to? I don't think so. But you'll get back into that 150 to 180 range instead of 70 or 80.
On the Toyota series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll gain because they're getting ready to. I mean, that's half the battle is getting the co-anglers to sign up to go do that when they don't want to go live scope. You're just sitting in the back twiddling your thumbs, which I don't blame them. I wouldn't want to go do it either.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the BFL going team tournament?
I don't think it's a bad idea. I think their make or break this year is going to be payout on. So you look at OMTT this year. They started guaranteeing a boat every time. They went from running 100 to 130 boats to right at 200 in all of them. I think the last one they put 180 something. I mean, you get a big boost this year because of that. I think the other problem with like this year is everything's been so high and so expensive. I just don't think that that's guys' priorities. When diesel's $5 a gallon and gas is $4.25 a gallon, these guys don't want to go spend $200 or $300 on an entry fee. When unless you finish in the top 10, you're not getting your money back. Which I understand where they're coming from. I mean, it doesn't stop me from going, but I see where people have a problem with it.
Yeah, I agree. I think you got more people going, man, I can just go fun fish with the buddy.
Yeah.
And split the cost compared to a solo tournament, spending $1,000 to hopefully, I got to get 5th place to hopefully win my money back.
Yeah, just to get your money back. I mean, there's guys, and what I don't understand is, I don't know if it's the same way it's Stockton, but like the Friday nighter, like the Wednesday nighter, some of those down here in Table Rock, they're not drawing the boats like they used to. And I don't know if the live scope deal has had something to do with that or what the problem with that is, but the last 4 or 5 years, it's just kind of tailed off. I mean, I don't know if Stockton and Palmy are the same way, because I don't go up there to night fish, so I couldn't tell you. But
is that the Mill Creek?
yeah, like the Mill Creek Friday nighter, they're running one. There's a Wednesday nighter, 3 other Wednesday at Mill Creek. They're running it tonight. There's a Thursday, I want to say, out of Campbell Point. There's a Saturday nighter out of Old 86. There's a Friday nighter out of Cape Fair. I think there's a Saturday nighter out of Shell Knob. I don't remember if it's every week or every other week. I mean, so you can go fish 5 nights a week if you really wanted to. And I don't know if that is deterring some of these people from showing up to some of these, or if they've just had enough because they're tired of the kids coming scoping before dark and kicking their butt at the end of it.
Yeah, you probably win a night tournament in an hour if you had scope. You knew exactly where they were. I mean,
if you know where a school is, you can go catch 18 pounds in 20 minutes.
Wow.
Where everybody else is going to try to catch 6 or 7 fish to get to 18 in 5 hours. It's just not what it used to be. I mean, 5 years ago, we were skill fishing, and you'd either catch them or you didn't, but you didn't have to worry about this guy over here going to catch 20 before dark scoping. Because it just wasn't that, prominent back then.
You hear any of that from, I don't know if you talk to like any of the, the Davises, the Kelly Powers and stuff like that. Some of them guys are back in the old Central Pro-Am days, Heartland days and all that. Do they ever say anything? I mean, you hear a lot of stuff on YouTube that a lot of them older guys are phasing out, and they probably won't come back.
I mean, you see a lot of like the elites too. Your older guys are starting to phase out because they can't keep up. This new generation of kids is, in that 16 to 22 range. You know, and I'm not trying to be mean to these kids, but, you know, mom and dad pay the bills and they fish 7 days a week. Well, you can't compete with that. There's just no way. I mean,
Do you think
guys that work 40 hours a week, you know, they go to the lake. If they live close to the lake, they can go down to the lake for a couple hours in the evening or on the weekend when you're not getting beat to bejesus out of you. But
do you think that's more of like a, I don't know, like whenever I was in high school, the high school fishing was getting real popular.
and it
Um,
is.
do you think that's almost like almost viewed as like a career choice now?
I think it's pushing a lot more that way. They have seen like these high school kids are looking at the guys that have been, you know, that have gone through the high school stuff, that have gone through the college stuff, that have been, you know, that made the elites, that made the Bass Pro Tour. You know, I went to school with a buddy of mine that's fishing the Bass Pro Tour, and I've got 3 guys that I went to school with that are on the elites. I mean, it just, you know, I mean, it's just a different caliber, and I just, you know, I enjoy it. It's fun. I just don't want to chase it like I used to. But I think these kids are seeing that. And, you know, for example, you look at Dylan Nutt, you know, went up through the college program, made it through the Bass Nation of the Classic, turned around and won the Classic. You look at that kid and go, I want to be that kid if you're 16 years old and just ate up with it. And, you know, I've got a lot of buddies of mine that are like on team deals with Phoenix Nitro, stuff like that, that they're starting to sell their boats more and more to these guys that are like, hey, my kid's getting into high school fishing, but they go and buy an $80,000 boat and they don't know anything about it. And I don't know if those guys just weren't interested in it before and the kids are pushing them that way, or if they're looking at it as a way to keep the kid from playing video games for the rest of his life.
Yeah, I bet
I
there's
don't know
some
how
of
they're
that
looking
too.
at it. I don't have a kid that age, so I can't tell you.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing a lot of 28-year-olds coming into the top 100.
No,
I
I
mean,
mean, you're real.
where all them guys at?
I don't know where those guys are, to be honest with you.
You know, they graduated college, whatever they fished in college, whatever, they're 25, 26, 28. It's like they disappear. You don't see
Yeah,
them.
I don't know where some of these guys go, to be honest with you. I mean, you see them all through, like some of the guys that go to Drury, for example. You know, you see them for 4 years and then they disappear. I don't know if they go back home to wherever they came from, or if they just decide they don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
And, you know, I could see where that could be it because these lakes around here, don't get me wrong, we're extremely lucky to have so many so close. But I mean, they're just beat to hell. I mean, like Table Rock, for example, by the time the tournaments, like the big tournaments start in March, you go out there and start scoping around, you may throw it 100 fish before one bites it because they just get pounded day in and day out. And I don't know if they look at that and go, yeah, let's go to Texas where those fish are still done. You know, where you can go catch 30 pounds a day if you land on the right ones.
Well, you think the 12-inch rule will help on Table Rock?
No, I think it's only a matter of time before it hurts. Look at what it did to Stockton. Look at what it did to Lake of the Ozarks. Now, at Lake of the Ozarks, you either catch a 3 or 4 pounder or you catch a 12 and a half incher. I mean, there's no 2 to 3 pounders in there, really. And Bull Shoals is the same way. You go down there, you catch a ton of 12 inchers. You catch a ton between 10 and 13 inches.
That is true.
Every once in a while, you'll catch a 2 or 3 pounder. It's going to kill this lake as far as the spotted bass population. I mean, it'll take a few years, but it's going to kill it. It will not be what it used to be. I remember when I was a kid, I say it like I'm old, but when I was, 15 years ago, I've been tournament fishing with my dad since I was 12, and I just turned 30 the other day. 15 years ago, at the end of the day, you need to get rid of a line burner you caught up on the bank doing something. You could pull out to a tree with a drop shot and almost guarantee a 2.5 to 3 pound spot. I mean, you can't do that anymore. I don't know where those fish went. And you just don't see very many of them.
So do you think it's mainly pressure on all
I
these
think
oldies?
some of it's pressure. I think some of it is they're starting to realize that if they stay out there in the middle of the lake and just roam, They're less likely to get caught. I mean, you get up on the bank, you're going to have, on any given day, on a Saturday, you might see 10 baits go by your head. You get out there in the middle of the lake and, 30 feet over 180 and just swim around, what are the odds you're going to see something? And those are the fish that are more likely to bite if you find them, but they're hard to find. And that's how these guys are winning in the spring. They're finding those groups of fish that haven't been messed with.
But how are these guys finding 28, 30 pounds of fish? They'll find them on a Saturday, Sunday. The next weekend they'll catch them again. I'm like, how do they stay on?
I don't understand. From what I've gathered, there is areas of the lake in the spring that turn on that the shad get real active. And if you get in those areas, those 8 or 10 guys that are always up there at the top, you'll see those guys around. That's why you kind of know you're in the right section. Like I've noticed that practicing for some stuff this year, early in the year. Like you'll be running down the lake on a Saturday for a Sunday tournament and go, oh, over there's Cody Huff, over there's Wyatt, over there's, Oliverson. It's like, okay, this is the area that are biting. And then you just got to figure it out from there. And you just got to find where you can catch them from there.
Yeah, I wanted
Well,
that.
I mean, those guys like that have been doing it consistently for years, they can kind of tell early in the year where it's going to fire off at. I mean, yeah, they get out there early. If it fires up the James, it stays up the James for a while. Or, the Wyatt or up Long Creek or whatever, or Main Lake down there around the dam or whatever. There's always those few guys that can catch them good down around the dam. But that's not always where it's won, I guess.
You got a river preference on Table Rock? The White, the James?
I mean, I've been up all of them, to be honest with you, about as far as you can go. I used to really like the James a lot, but anymore, it just freaking pounded. I mean, you got a Wednesday tournament, you got a Sunday tournament, you got a Friday night tournament. It's not what it used to be. And, I sound old when I say that, but I've been around long enough that I remember, 8 or 10 years ago, you could go up there 1st of June and just blister them. In 20 minutes, you can go up there and catch 20 pounds in 20 minutes if you pull up on the right school. I mean, I've had days up there where you roll up, I've got 10 or 12 little places that used to set up there real good. And I've rolled up on like a Thursday, go fishing for a couple hours, roll up on a Thursday, pick up a big crankbait, fire it up there, catch a double off the first place, go to the next place, catch a 5-pounder, go to the next place, catch another double off it. And I mean, they don't do that anymore unless you catch them right. They get out there earlier and they only really bite good for about 2 weeks. But you've got to catch that 2 weeks. I don't know if they get smart or if they move after that 2 weeks, but you've really got about 2 or 3 weeks to catch them.
What about is it the Kings or White? The Kings is at the...
Yeah, it's up there, Shell Knob, you hang a left.
Shell Knob, yeah.
I don't spend a tremendous amount of time in the Kings. And in all honesty, I don't spend a lot of time like up above Eagle Rocks. I mean, I grew up right there in Kimberling. I spent a lot of time up the James. I spent a lot of time up around Shell Knob and up, Big M and Roaring River and stuff like that. I mean, the last 5 or 6 years, I spent a lot more time down around Long Creek learning all that stuff. I mean, it really just depends on what's going on. There's days I'll run. I mean, I may run up the Kings tomorrow and, on Saturday, I may run up the James. I mean, it just depends on which one looks right. And I mean, even then, you still don't know till you get up there. But
is Long Creek very good? Because when I go up there, I mean, it doesn't seem. I mean, obviously, it's not as big as James or the Kings area, but it seems like it fishes very small.
There are a few sections once you get. There's a few sections between Big Cedar and, well, really Long Creek Marina and Cricket Creek that are good, but it's just small sections. And then there's some little bit bigger sections once you get above Cricket that get right. But, in the summertime, there's not much to do up there. We do go throw a worm down a bluff. There's 2 or 3 drops they get out on that they get the bejesus beat out of them early because there's the only places for them to go. I mean, early spring and fall, you can catch them good up there. Late summer, when they start to transition and get back up shallow, you can catch them real good up there. I've got 2 or 3 stretches you can go square bill them and catch 15 to 18 if you get the right bite. It just, it all depends on what's going on. I mean, this time of year, if I had to go tomorrow, I'd ride the James, just because I know more deep stuff up there than I do the rest of the place.
Well, what's the biggest thing you're seeing in the tournament world, as far as even local, like more local? You seeing more guys wanting team tournaments? I mean, the Solo Top 100, that's kicking off pretty good.
I mean, really what guys want the most is better payout. The only way to do that is pay more money. I mean, guys don't want to pay more money for a better payout. That's where OMTT hit it right this year with the boat deal.
Yeah.
Their entry didn't go up, but they're giving a $50,000 boat away at every tournament. I mean, that makes a huge difference. When anglers started guaranteeing 10 grand, I mean, their numbers went way up. It just, it's stuff like that. Everybody wants more money for what they're, they don't want to pay more, but they want more money out of it.
Right.
Which,
Yeah.
you can't fix that problem. Unless you're willing to pay more, you can't make more.
You remember back, don't know what year it was, but somebody on Table Rock tried to come out with, what was that, an $800 tournament or it was a pretty high entry. They got like 20 boats.
Yeah, I think it was 500.
Oh, was it only 5? Huh, okay.
I remember that. I think it was 500. I don't remember who that was.
I don't either, but I remember like nobody showed up. Wasn't that they didn't get 100.
Yeah, I mean, you do the numbers on 80% payback, which is, I mean, pretty standard. I mean, the numbers work long term if you're upping it and upping it and upping it, but it's like, what is that threshold? And we've asked that all the time of what is that threshold that people are willing to pay?
Where's the number you quit paying it?
Yeah.
In a team tournament, is it 350? Is it 500? Is it 1,000? I mean, what is it? I mean, so you go back, you look at the Bass Pro deal that they did, White River Marine Group Owners Tournament they did, and was that 20 or 21? That was a $500 entry fee. They filled every one of those tournaments across the country, but they also guaranteed $1 million at the championship.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there was a lot of incentive there to go pay that $500 to take your chance at it.
Yeah.
I mean, the numbers made sense to anybody. I mean, you can't tell me you're not going to spend $500 for a chance at $1 million.
Yeah, anybody would. But a local tournament, you got to think the number. If locally somebody come up with $1,000 tournament, you could probably guarantee 10 grand as long as you drew, I don't know, 60 boats probably.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the risk with it all is like, if you go with $1,000 entry, I mean, you got to guarantee, I mean, let's say 50 grand first place. I mean,
well, anybody'd fish that.
Right. But it's like that's the risk I mean, it's the same risk that we're taking is on a very small level, but
yeah, I mean, it's same deal.
Yeah. It's, you got to guarantee something, but then say, shoot, if I get 20 boats, I already guaranteed it. But I think that's where the giant risk comes in on that end of even on a smaller level of, let's say we do a $200 entry fee, but I'm going to guarantee 15 grand to first place. Like, that takes some nuts to do that. But
yeah, when it does, unless you put a little small disclaimer in there that says guaranteed 15 grand based on X amount of boats.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And that's, yeah. So
but you'd think, because we did the math, like top 100 of this $400 entry fee. I think he had 80 some boats. I think he paid all like 40, maybe 49. Let's just say 5 grand. So right there, if you $800, he would have paid out 10 grand. But my complaint about it is then his numbers would went from 80 to 40, just like that, which it doesn't make sense. Like, well, the money's still there, just paying out even more. So 17th place would have probably got almost 1,000. the payback would be the same, and the payback would be more. But
Yeah, I mean the payback.
Southwest Missouri
same
anglers
number
will
of-
not pay $1,000.
Yeah.
They just won't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean there's not. That's a select group around here to get a
Yeah.
local tournament to go pay $1,000 to play.
Yeah, I think you'd have to. It would have to be more of a, instead of a local thing, it had to be more of a regional, where it's like you're bringing in guys that are cool, you know, doing $1,000. You probably have to, you know, Table Rock, Kentucky Lake, you know,
Yeah.
I don't
I
know,
mean,
around.
honestly, if you wanted to do something like that and do like a one-off deal, as bad as it sounds, and I hate the lake so much, but Lake of the Ozarks would be the place to do it because the money's there to draw those guys.
Yeah.
Because that's a different caliber of guys with different kind of money up there. You can't let it you can't let it at Lake of the Ozarks and be just flat broke.
Right.
And if it's, you know, there's 30 or 40 guys up there that, you know, any given time can win. So there's 30 or 40 guys, if you did a one-off, that would show up just like that. So there's 30 or 40 grand just off the get-go.
Well, there you go. Whoever's listening out there, you got a $1,000 entry fee up at Lake of the Ozarks. Guarantee $50,000 first place. Dillon's going to be boat number 1, and we're good to go.
I think I'll pass on that one. But
So he's already lost the boat.
Even Dillon's out.
Well, and back in the years ago when we were running Solo Pro, you know, a lot of guys would always say, "Man, you need to pay out just the top 3." I heard that so many times. I said, "We paid out the top 3. We
get $10.
Yeah, so that top 3 is going to
everybody
pay.
would be pissed.
Yeah, that top 3 is going to pay the exact same amount because you're going to have 10 boats instead of 60 boats.
Yeah.
You're not going to get paid anymore."
Yeah. Yeah. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, again, the debate that we always had was, do we pay out, you know, maybe not more spots, but do we pay out more at the top, or do we pay out more to, you know, 15th place? You know,
that's when you come into an issue, because you look at the guys that win consistently and they want more money to win. But the guys at the other end of that are always getting, like, you know, second or third to last check. They want more money for being there.
Mhm.
It's, you know, it's a double-edged sword, and I don't think there's a true answer to which one's better than the other one.
Well,
if you're running,
you're gonna piss guys off either way you go.
Yeah, well, that's the nature of bass
That's
fishing.
the nature of what we're doing here. I mean, that's just whatever.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you had a tournament circuit, what would you do? Would you pay out really heavily to 1st through 5th, or would you spread it out a little bit more? I mean, just your thought on that.
So we did, it's been a couple of years ago, but we did a 48-hour deal, 48 hours on the rock. It was a 4-man team. It was like $500 entry. And, you know, I think at 30 boats or 40 boats, we guaranteed 10 grand to first place. I think we had 29 boats. We paid like $8 grand to first place. I think we ended up paying 1 and 5. So we paid 5 places. And I think 5th place was like $2 grand or 2,500. So, I mean, it all depends on how you word it, how many you pay. If you want more money in the end, pay 1 and 4 and bring that money down toward the bottom. Separate some more of those mid numbers. You know, like, for example, some of those tournaments, like, you know, 5th through 10th are $1,000, for example. You know, and then 11th is, you know, $950. But 20th is like $400. Shift a little bit of that money, you know, drop 25 or $50 a whack and shift some of that money down.
Mm-hmm.
You'll make the guys on the bottom end happier. But in my mind, you leave first 11. You just leave that money there and you shift the middle down.
I agree.
But I mean, you don't shift it so far that you piss a bunch of guys off. You know what I mean? But if you step it off like 25 or $50 a deal, those guys aren't going to really notice 25 or $50.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like keeping first place, or leaving that alone, because that is the headline. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you never hear about the guy that finished 23rd, you know, when they paid 24. You don't ever hear about that guy. But the guy that won and won 10 grand, you know, everybody hears about that guy.
Yeah, that's cool. That'll draw more votes.
In my opinion, but I'm on more on the side of it's high anyway. If you're a tournament, how many more of the guys are in my boat where, man, I hope I get a check. It'd be nice to get a check. Don't need it, but it would be nice. I don't feel I'm going to be in that top 5 because, like you, Dylan, hey, I'm going to go and show up that morning.
Yeah.
I feel there's a majority of me out there, my type, compared to the top 5. So if I'm
there's a
running,
lot more guys that are just going to show up than there are guys that practiced all of it.
yeah, and we had that
One day,
debate.
you know, I mean, it's just part of it. It just, we're going to time side this here. My phone's dying. Oh, jeez.
Yeah. No, it's all right. We're way over time anyways, but
That's dang it, Dylan. Messing our podcast up here. We're trying to be on a schedule.
I know it.
Well, you asked me to do it, so you can't get on to me about ranking the run.
We always blame the guest.
That's right. That's on you. It's never our fault.
It's easier that way.
Where can they find you? What can we do? How can we get people to, what do they need to do? Reach out to get their fiberglass repaired or carpet replaced or anything else?
So we've got a Facebook. I'll be honest, we're terrible about keeping up with that. That is our fault. Neither one of us really had time to keep up with that. But I mean, if we did a better job, we would probably be, we'd have more business. But the problem right now is if I had more business, I don't have anybody here to do it. It's the problem. But I mean, we're working on that. That's a slow process. But I mean, you can call us farmers 417-443-2628. I mean, you can call or text pictures of stuff, or reach out to us through email. It's championshipmarine@yahoo.com. Just if you do either one of those, don't expect us to get back to you right away because that's just not going to happen, unfortunately.
And where you located? Close to Table Rock Lake?
We are about halfway between Bass Pro. If you left Bass Pro in Springfield, drove south, we're about halfway between there and Kimberly. We're just south of Highlandville, which, where you get off 65 to come to Kimberly. I think we're 11 or 12 miles south of Nixon.
All right. I like it. Well, Dylan, we appreciate you hopping on here. You heard it here first, I guess. Go to Championship Marine Repair, get all your fiberglass and electronics and carpet and
go wreck a boat.
Go wreck a boat and Dylan take care of you.
I mean, I don't advise wrecking a boat as long as you could hurt a little bit, but
yeah. All right, Dylan. Well, we appreciate you.
Yep, no problem.
Thank you.
Yeah. See ya.
Yep. You have a good night.